All right, I bought the Lowrance HDS-7 Live Baja kit for this Jeep when we went to Baja, and there's another recommendation of Texas Raptor runs. So it was basically, well, they were our guides on the trip. So I looked all over for information on this, if anybody had installed it on a Wrangler yet, and hadn't found a lot of information. So I'm gonna just do a quick video, show you what I did. Maybe wrong, maybe right. It worked. It was successful down in Baja. Still, everything's mounted well and held up well. So maybe this will help some people in making their decisions on what they're going to run. So this is the Lowrance GPS unit that comes in the Baja kit, and I think it's called the .1. This is the size of it, if anybody's wondering. I didn't know how big it was going to be, whether it was going to be the size of a Frisbee or this. I was happy to find out that it was pretty discreet. I bought the mount from Cartel, and then we got this mount at exited at the last second. We just kind of welded that on there, spray painted it black, kind of a temporary install. That looks like I'm just going to clean it up and have it powder coated, and we'll probably run that forever. So it worked out really well. Let me get this open, and I'll show you how we got the cabling in. This is my Genrite tire carrier. A lot of people question whether these will hold a 40. Well, this has got a 48 tire on it, and I took it straight to Baja, just like this, and that was some rough terrain, and it held up just fine. So, not really the topic of this video, but if anybody's curious. So, like I said, just quick and dirty, ran the cables through here. The way I got into the Jeep was just kind of notched out the tail light, ran it through into the cavity where the tail light bolts in, and then came in. I pulled out all of this, which I have the goose gear plate system, so I had to take the plate system out and pulled this out, ran the network cable and the comms cable, everything down through there just real quick. We had one day to do it. Picked the Jeep up on Friday. I had Saturday to wire everything, and then we headed to Baja 7 a.m. Sunday morning. So yeah, it went down through there, dropped in. The cables was a little bit short. I wish I had about 3 or 4 more foot of cable when I was pulling it, and I'll show you why when we get up front. But yeah, the cable, we dropped the cable down through here, whether you can see that or not, down through the carpet, and then we took it, should clean this up, but took it under the seal, and then right under the seat it crosses over to the center console. It runs along the center console. And that's basically because we didn't have enough cable to stay in the chase down here where I wanted to be. I wanted to stay inside this and come across, but couldn't because I was running out of cable. So the cables come in, and they're just right now tucked under the carpet. You can see where the network stuff comes in. Some of the power goes back up under the hood, and it gets out through the hood, through the grommet. There's a grommet that you can actually get under the hood, get the direct power. I went ahead and tied it into the Switch Pro because that's Switch Pro system. I had put the upgraded aux switches or the aftermarket aux switches, which I think is a Mopar piece. It's made to kind of be factory, but the way it installs was weird. And I actually had some trouble with it, and we were running out of time, so I just bailed, put the Switch Pro in. Now this is how I mounted the Lowrance, and so you're gonna see in my Jeep, as I do walk arounds and things, Carolina Metal Masters stuff everywhere. We'll have it here. It's on the other side. 67 design stuff is going to be all over this Jeep. I am a fan of it, so you will see it everywhere. This is a long 67 design arm with 2 dam ball adapters. We basically, if we can turn this, you can see I put a ram mount through. I took the center stack out, drilled through, put those mounts in, ran the dam mount up, put it on the back side of this ram mount connector here, and then I bought the adapter from Ram to add another ball to the bottom of it, use that as a brace, and then I use this adapter to mount to the Lowrance, and then all my cables are Velcroed right here, and I do pull this out occasionally. It's quite comfortable over here, but passengers don't always want it kind of where it's at. So if my wife's on a road trip with me and we're not going to need GPS, I'll pull that out and do that. But I haven't seen it in anything other than a JT, the Exodus truck, has a custom mount that he built where it sets up on the dash, but I didn't want to get rid of, again, my 67 design stuff. Maybe I am a fanboy, but it works. It's great. Why did I run the Lowrance system? I mean, I think that's just, it's what the Texas Raptor run guys were running, and they had the waypoints for it. I have lead nav, I have Gaia GPS. They're both great. There are times where you will see that I'm running an iPad. It's an iPad mini with a lead nav on it, or Gaia mounted off of that thing too. So I'll come around the Jeep. This is kind of my view of the way it sits in the cockpit for me. I have access to everything. The only thing that might be a little bit difficult is the tuner knob down there, but most of the time I'm running Spotify, or I have my presets set for Sirius, so it's not that big a deal. We'll power this up. Probably should have done that while I was babbling. I got this from the Texas Raptor Run guys, from Trey, but I think it's a PC. Obviously, it's a PCI radio piece. That's ultimately where it came from. It takes quite a while for it to actually boot, so I have it connected to my Switch Pro, and the reason that I do is I can set that in a mode where it'll stay on even when I shut off the Jeep. So if we're going to be stopped for a short amount of time, I just leave it on so that I don't have to wait on this boot process. And I don't know a lot about this, just to be fair. This is basically how I installed it. I'm probably not the best guy to give a tutorial on how to use this. As I get better, I'll do that. If anybody has any specific questions or any specific pictures or videos that they want me to get of settings, I'll be glad to do that. Here, and then a lot of times when I was just running, down the road between Tecate and Oklahoma, and on the way home I went up through Corona, stopped by Casey Curry's shop, and then went through Henderson, stopped by Adams Drive Line, and then my parents live in Colorado, so I went through there. I was just running this unit. Got an odometer reading, had the altitude. It was interesting to watch that, and speed. So it was a nice little heads-up display that was kind of fun, at least to mess around with. But you can see, in the charts, I have it tracing me right now, so I think you'll see a lot of zigzagging around from where I drive. But yeah, that's just that's how it is. That's how it's installed. Let's see if I can get you a better picture of how it looks. Setting in here. Sorry about the sun. It's pretty nasty, but and it sits in there nice. It's in a perfect location. So there are some mounts that go right up here on the dash, and those look pretty cool, but for me, I wanted it down low, wanted my dash clear, so I could keep video stuff up there. So if you have any questions, just feel free to comment below. I'll put links to all of the 67 designs, stuff that I used, all the Carolina Metal Master stuff that I used, and a lot of the RAM stuff is, are going to be Amazon pieces. So I'll get you some links to that too if it's helpful. All right, that's it for now.